Welcome, everyone. I just want to welcome you to the cost of not managing your anger. And did you know that since the pandemic, there has been a rise in anger assaults? Before we get started in today's topic, let me take a moment to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Coach Bowler. I am a personal development and relationship life coach. I specialize in inner healing and energy cleansing. I assist that woman find balance in her relationships, clarity and purpose in her mindset and her identity. My office number is 682-304-0038. So let's get started. Anger is a feeling or emotion that ranges from mild irritation to intense fury and rage. It's a chemical reaction in your body that is set off by the world around you. See, anger is a natural feeling, emotion, and it comes about when we feel harmed, threatened, or wronged to either ourselves or someone close to us. Don't confuse anger with aggression or hostility. Aggression is where you intentionally want to cause harm to someone else. And hostility is the attitude or judgment that we bring to that aggressive behavior. Anger affects your relationships, your mindset, and your identity. Let's look at the origin of anger, where it stems from. It comes from past relationships, especially those that were not conducive for us. It's our childhood, the traumas we faced as a child. Don't ever compare your trauma to somebody else's, thinking your trauma does not amount to anything. It also comes from abuse, the circumstances we find ourselves in, and our environment, our living conditions. Some of the triggers of anger is when we're dealing with the loss of a loved one, losing a job, breakups, failing at a job or a task, just being fatigued or tired, even accidents. And it could be like loss of sight or ability to walk again. Let's look at anger and identity. See, it plays a huge impact on our habits and our attitude. Anger will cause you to have a very defensive personality, and you come off very uncaring because you don't care about repercussions. Then it affects the perception. Those who know or see you as an angry person will always assume you're approaching them to bite the head off, or you as the angry person, you are very untrusting, so you always think someone's coming at you to get over. Then we have a misinterpretation. People will not see a person who's always angry as having a nice side or a kind or good side to them. And the person who has that anger issue, they mistrust others. So they always think there's an underlying reason why that person comes to them. Anger puts that person in a state of denial. They feel it's their way or that they are always right, never willing to listen to anyone else. Studies have shown there's a link to being antisocial, violent behavior, and even crime when it comes to having anger issues. Let's look at the mindset and anger. One thing we may not realize, anger is always coupled with another emotion that lives up in the head. And sometimes it starts in the heart, but also lives in the head. Chronic anger assumes huge amounts of mental energy, and it clouds your thinking. So you're never thinking straight or right when it comes to anger. It causes frustration, embarrassment or humiliation, guilt or shame, or jealousy. So we see anger displays a negative emotion, causing the body to be off of balance. Because we are all created to have balance. And when we go down in negativity, it throws off our alignment. Anger can have a huge impact on our relationships. It can cause, do you hear me? It can cause lasting scars. Scars people may have to live with for the rest of their life. These scars can show up in the people you love. It can show up in friends or even in your work relationships. In your career or entrepreneurship, it's okay to have debates. Debates can be healthy or even give constructive criticism. But when you or the person who's angry starts lashing out, you isolate yourself. You alienate others from you, your colleagues, your supervisors, your clients, and it erodes their respect for you. When you have explosive anger, it causes people not to trust you or even speak honestly to you. They don't feel comfortable. Anger, parents, grown-ups, are you listening? It affects children. Think about how it affected you as a child before you inflict that on another. Now let's talk about the costs. You know, anger can cause harm to different parts of our systems in our body. It causes headaches, abdominal pain, even lack of sleep, increased anxiety, depression, not to speak about high blood pressure. Did you know it even causes skin problems like eczema? Oh my gosh, heart attacks. Isn't that one of the major reasons of deaths in the United States? And strokes. It also weakens the immune system. This is just to name a few of the things it does to our body. Let's look at the signs if you struggle with anger issues. Do you feel pain in your chest, head, or stomach? Are you feeling anxious? What about gritting in your teeth? Do you crave a drink, but it's not water, it's more alcoholic? Or you do drugs? Do you find that you're always in arguments, no matter what? You have obsessive thoughts of revenge. Man, how good it would be to get back in or even with somebody. Do you have hopeless feelings, hopelessness? Are you physically violent? Or you don't care about anybody else's emotions but yourself? These are some of the symptoms, my dear, that you struggle with anger management. This pandemic and anger. Did you know the COVID pandemic has caused a lot more worry to the point of anxiety? People in society are feeling the effects of this pandemic. A July 2020 poll shows that a 36% increase in people having difficulty in sleeping. What about 32% find difficulty in eating? And the consumption of alcohol and substance abuse has risen 12%. And worsening chronic conditions also has increased 12%. Beloved, you are not alone in these feelings, but you have to take care of them. This slide shows the effect, the cost, the expense of anger in the United States. In 2019, it shows that the symptoms of anxiety or depressive disorder in adults was 1 in 10. In 2020, it shows 4 in 10 adults. It also states that approximately 40% of women who are murdered each year are murdered at the hands of a boyfriend or husband. The U.S. government reports that over 140,000 children suffer serious injuries from child abuse. In a 1993 study, it shows that the workplace, it costs them $4.2 billion each year, estimating over 111,000 violent incidents. Can you imagine how much it has gone up in this pandemic? We have to get this under control. You can do your part by learning to curb your anger. What is the end goal? It's called transformation. We aim to help those with anger issues bring it down to a place of peace, clarity, balance, and also offset the cost of being angry. Yes, it's here, the Power Hour. Manage your anger session. Here you will learn to address anger by understanding the disorders associated with it, your anger issue prognosis, and what triggers your anger. By the end of the session, you will feel more comfortable in understanding your emotions that are attached to the anger. You'll be given exercises that de-escalate anger. You'll be able to identify the advantages and disadvantages of making that shift. And not least, I should say, you'll be able to reduce the expense that you had to put out because of this anger issue. I also want to let you know that by taking this Power Hour, you get a 31-day emotional tracker for free. You say, tell me more, tell me more. Well, you get an hour with me, Coach Bowler. And for a limited time only, it's only $45 for 1 hour of coaching. It's called Coaching Hour on Managing Your Anger. So what do you do next? You book an appointment. You can call me at 682-304-0038 or hit me up on Messenger. Or you can email me at spiritualrecoverycoach@gmail.com. To pay that $45, just go ahead over to my Cash App, and that is $Bola Harding. That's BOLAHARDING. What? We've come to the end of the show? Well, I just want to thank you, and I hope this video shed light on anger and the cost if you don't manage your anger. But as a thank you, I want you to download Anger Management Questionnaire. It's found on my PayHip. I'll put the link to it in the discussion. But I want you, please do this favor for me. Make sure you like and share the video with others. You never know who life you can be saving, who you're helping when you share this video. I thank you again for watching.